I'm in a beat. I wanna talk like you. I wanna walk like you. I even wanna act like you. Ain't no cap, it's true.
Hello, everybody. Hello. I know you all are saying, where is the Germanys? Well, I'm here again solo because my other half had to work. But nevertheless, we wanted to still come on. And I do want to beg your pardon for our lateness. We always, something has to come up. But we're here nevertheless. There's a time for everything, but this is our time, and so we want to make the most of it. So again, I want to say welcome and thank you for those that are taking time to join us. We are going to jump right in wherever you're at. We want you to show up, show me some love, leave some comments, let me know that you are with me, that you're praying for us, and know that we are praying for you as well. But again, Randy was called in. There is as we all know, we're in a pandemic society, and he is in the nursing field. And so duty calls. He had to work 3 shifts this week that he was unexpectedly planning on working, and one happened to fall on today. And so I do desire your prayers for my husband because he is on the front line as a nurse. And so I ask that you all would pray for him, that God would cover him and keep him safe during this pandemic. Amen. Thank you. Hello, Joe. God bless you. God bless you. And so we're here, one of the things, the thought that came to me, I did have a guest, and for whatever reason, they weren't able to be with us today. And so I wanted to still show up because you have been so consistent in being here and supporting the Germany Straight from the Heart. And so we wanted to be here today. And guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about consistency. Is that all right? We're going to talk about what does it mean to be consistent, to follow through. And even when life deals you lemons, you make lemonade out of it, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what does it mean to be consistent. Consistency with something is when you do the same thing the same way all the time, every time. It is not a skill. It's something that you actually have direct control over. And so when we think about consistency, or the other word for that is constant. When you try to replicate something, or there's a certain behavior that you utilize all the time, whatever it is, whatever that source may be, but day after day, you practice the same thing on a consistent basis until it defines you. It becomes you. It shapes you. And one of the things that we're offering in our program with the transitional home, and that is SHAPE, which stands for the acronym stands for shifting habits and pursuing excellence. And sometimes in order to be consistent, you have to shift some habits. You have to make some changes. And some things, being consistent, you got to keep practicing it. You got to do it over and over and over again until you become the best you. You know how we were taught growing up when it says practice makes perfect, or practice what you preach. Can I get a witness somewhere? Practice what you preach. That means that whatever you're doing, you're going to be consistently doing it because you are looking for maximum results. Somebody put in the chat what it is that you have practiced and that has become that thing that has defined you and helped you. Maybe is the same pattern, something that you do every day. We hear so many success stories, so many, people that have practiced consistency all their life. But I want to share with you something, that success stories there are some things known as success stories, and we hear about them all the time. But success stories, we have always believed that they happen overnight. But I want to tell you something, that some success stories don't happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes discipline. It takes intentionality. At the same time, you have to continuously do that until you obtain the results. that you desire. And so one of the things about success, it's not based on talent or luck. It's about being consistent, about thinking. You all hear me say often, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. And that is so true. I have to tell myself that. I've shared with you that I'm actually working with a personal trainer. This is his hat. Consistent Kev. And how ironic that the name of the trainer, his business name, is Consistent Kev. And so he is definitely consistent. He is one of the greatest personal trainers that I've met, and I've met several, but he's very consistent each day. Y'all see my abs? I'm getting abs, y'all. But he doesn't allow me to make a lot of excuses, when I come in for my training during the mornings that I attend. There's no excuse. I have to practice it. I have to do it. And then guess what? I'm looking for results. And so because I am looking for those results, that means I must be very consistent in showing up. I must be consistent. One of the things that I'm working on is my eating habits, because as you all know, that is the worst thing when you have gotten used to eating what you like to eat. And that's me. I love food. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love good food. And so I have learned that if I'm looking for results, then I have to be consistent, even in my diet. And so that means that I've got to plan, right? I've got to plan. I just can't do it. I just can't show up any kind of way, but I must have a plan. And as you always have heard me say, oftentimes, that a goal without a plan is just another deadline. You can have a goal, but if you don't have a plan and how you're going to achieve those results, then you just have a goal without a plan. And so you want to always know that it's important that you have consistency, but also one of the coaches that's on here, Janet, shared with me, you have to have clarity. Clarity is so important in whatever it is that you strive, that you desire to do. Because if you don't understand what it is that you're doing, you'll find yourself all over the place. Has anybody ever been in that place where you feel like that you're all over the place? Well, guess what? I'm pointing at me. I've been that person many times where I felt like, what are you doing, Germany? But you know what? Nothing beats a failure but a try. So I keep trying it. I keep going at it because I am about consistency. I don't know how and where it's going to land me, but I know that I'm on a road to somewhere and I'm going to stick with it. So I want you to be very purposeful in what it is that you're doing. Follow your plan as you lay it out. Lay out your plan. What is it that you desire to do? And realizing it's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about being consistent. There was a great author, and I wrote it down, Aristotle, and he talked about what we are, what we repeatedly do. What we repeatedly do is who we are. Excellence is not an act. It is a habit. It's a habit. And if you want to make success a habit, then you have to be successful at making it a habit. That means you got to do it over and over again. You have to practice it. And because you want to come out with maximum results. And so you got to be very purposeful in what it is that you desire to do. And then think it through. Don't just jump in head first. How am I going to do this? But take some time to actually think about what is it that you desire to do. And I shared with someone the other day. I told him, I said, before you make that decision, and it was really a decision that I'm sure that was going to land them somewhere they had not anticipated. And so what I share with them is to think about the outcome. Somebody needs to write that down. Think about the outcome. What do you want it to look like in the end? Coach asked me the other night, where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? What do you want it to look like? And you know what? That was a realistic question. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself 1 year from now, 2 years from now? Where do you want to land? Then you have to have a clear vision of where it is that you're trying to get to. You have to know that you have something to offer and that there is a voice down inside of you that's crying out, and somebody needs to hear your voice. And so this may be a little different today, but I really came on here to encourage someone, as I encourage myself, that consistency is key. You have to practice what you preach, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Okay. And so realize this: discipline is like that bridge between the goal and the accomplishment, that bridge that marries everything together. If you don't apply the discipline that's needed in between that goal and the accomplishment, what it is that you have to do in order to arrive at that particular goal that you desire to land at, you have to practice discipline in order to get there, correct? And so that means every day you got to wake up with the mindset. You got to plan your day out. You have to take some time and say, hey, what does my day look like? Think about it the night before. Think about it the week before, but be very purposeful. Plan your day every day. How do I want my day to go? And then allow for bleeps and blunders. Allow for things to maybe backfire. Allow yourself to be open to change. Somebody put it in the chat. Be open to change, because if you're not open to change, what will happen? You'll become very frustrated when you have something pop up that you didn't expect. And so always have a moment where you say, you know what? In case something happens, don't overcrowd yourself each day. Don't cram so much into one day until that you can allow yourself to be open in the event there is something unexpected. And so you want to follow your plan as best as you can. Put it in your mind, think it, you are what you think. And so if you think every day, hey, I got to do this, A, B, C, and D, plan it out, but be very realistic that I may not be able to get it all accomplished, but I'm going to do the best that I can, because life is life. Today, I had unexpected things that came up. I had a plan when I got up, and there was one thing that I didn't plan, but for the most part, I accomplished everything that I desired to do. I was running late getting on here, but guess what? I'm here. I'm here. And I wanted to be very consistent in making sure that we're back on track where we need to be. And so as I shared with you early on, the same thing that I'm sharing with you, I've already eaten it myself. I'm telling myself, Germany, you got to get back on track. You have to be consistent. If you want maximum results, you must be consistent, and you got to think and do exactly what it is that's going to push you in the direction that you need to go. Another thing that we want to talk about is excellence. It's not an act, but a habit. You have to develop good habits. Develop good habits if you want to achieve maximum results. Develop good habits. Start practicing. That's right, Shannon. Start practicing today. Yesterday was a colossal failure, but right now will be different. That's good. Your mindset has to shift. You got to think different in order to see different, in order to do different. Think different. If you always do what you've always done, guess what? You always get what you always got. If you want to do something different, think different. The Bible says, whatsoever man thinketh, so is he. And so if you think that you are successful, if you think that you're going to have a great day, guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're going to lay down at night with that peace saying, you know what? Today was a great day. You have to tell yourself every day that it's going to be a great day. I don't care what's coming up. I don't care what's on your calendar. I am going to have a great day. That's right, Tim. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to do something out of the norm. But when you do it, remember this, that there may be something unexpected that pops up. You're okay, because you've already told yourself, expect the unexpected. And so you want to make sure that you do that. And you want to make sure that you practice good habits. Whatever it is that you desire to do in life, you can do it. The scripture says, I can do all things through Christ, what strengthens me. And so faith is bigger than your fear. It's bigger than what it is that you desire to do. When you have the faith to believe that you can do anything. Is there anybody on here that feels as though that I can do anything? Yes, I may have had some stops along the way, but I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. How do I know? Because every day I tell myself I'm unstoppable. Every day I tell myself that, girl, you got this. Every day I tell myself that even though life may have been dealing me lemon, I'm going to make lemonade out of it. And I'm going to enjoy life because I am unstoppable. What does that mean? You're unstoppable too, because you know that you can do it. You can do it. Every day, tell yourself, yes, I can. What do we tell you to do? Do it now. Do it now. Whatever it is you aspire to do, do it now. Don't put off today to what you can do tomorrow. You may say, you know what? I'm going to try it next month. I'm going to try it next year. Tomorrow's not promised to you. The next second is not promised to you. And so you want to make sure that what it is that you aspire to do, that you're doing it. You know what? I'll share something with you. One of the things that I decided to do, and I attempted to do it over 20 years ago, was to go to real estate school. So guess what I did on Monday night? I re-enrolled in real estate school. I am challenging myself. I am challenging myself because I'm unstoppable, that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And so because it is a desire that I've always wanted to be a broker, a real estate broker, I am going to attempt to do it with the mindset that it's already done. And so that means I'm looking for clients. I'm telling you now, we're going to stage the homes. We're going to offer interior decorating, and we're going to go to the top selling those homes. And so I'm telling you that you can do anything that you desire to do. All it takes is for you to have a mindset. Think first what it is that you desire to do, and then act upon it. Because everything may not be for right now. There are things that you desire to do. There are things that I desire to do. But it may be finances that are prohibiting me from doing it right now. But I always have another plan. You know, I know I've kind of rambled on, but this is something that I was taught many years ago. And it was actually from an experience that I personally encountered. And I was selected to become a part of a Tri-State Youth Council board. And I was brought in the middle of the term. I was selected, I was appointed. And one of the questions asked, I'll never forget it, by Bishop Michael Ford Sr., Bishop J.E. Moore, and Bishop Chester Purnell. I'll never forget, they came to our church and personally interviewed me for the position. And one of the things they said that I will never forget, what are your plans? My plan to lead that area of ministry that I was being appointed to, I simply said prayer. I was asked the question again, what happens after that? What's your next plan? And I said, prayer. So I'm asking you the question today. What are your plans? What are you doing to achieve them? What steps have you made toward them to accomplish it? Remember, if you want to make success a habit, then you first of all have to practice good habits. You must be consistent. You must be consistent in whatever it is, in your thinking, in your actions, and the next move that you make. You can do it. I'm counting on you. I believe in you. I know that all things are possible, but you have to put some action behind your words. Faith without works is dead. Come on, somebody. I'm telling you the truth. You can do it. And so, Delphine, whatever it is you aspire to do it. Don't keep putting it off. Don't keep putting it off. You know what? I realized this in life. Hello, Denise. Life is not waiting on any of us. Life is passing us by. And a lot of things that we desire to do in life, we may get to do it, we may not. But I have decided in my lifespan that I'm going to attempt to do everything that I desire to do. It may not even make sense to me right now, but nothing beats a failure but a try. And I am going to try it. And you know what? Because I would rather have attempted to do it than to not attempt to do it and realize that I could have. I like that plans Sister Shyla said, Dr. Shyla Cooper. I love that. Dr. Cooper, you can do it. Whatever it is, that means you got to start making steps toward it. Whatever it is you desire to do. Time is not waiting on us. We have to accomplish the goals that are embedded down on the inside. And if you're like me, I have many goals that I desire to achieve, but I realize that every one of them have a time and a place. And so you have to make it make sense. Don't overwhelm yourself, and realize that consistency is key. Consistency is key. You got to do it. You have to be consistent. You cannot stop. Life is life. Things are going to happen. But remember this, you can do it. You can do it. Do it now. Do it now. And so we're going to chime off. We're not going to stay on here long. I know I was late coming on, but I've tried to stay on at least my 30 minutes because you have been so consistent in showing up. I wanted to show up. I still am taking care of my mom. I desire your prayers. God is moving. She has another procedure coming up. So I ask that you pray that God will strengthen her and prepare for the next step. And know this, that we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. Don't abort the promise that God has given you. Go after it. Bring it back to life. Do whatever you got to do to make sure that that baby lives. Come on, somebody. It's living inside of you. It's kicking. It's screaming. It's saying, I want to come out. I want to do it. And so I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. Hello, Lena. Thank you, Janet. I'm telling you, Janet, I always mess up the last name. Janet Kafador. This woman has been such a tremendous blessing in my life. I reached out to her. She is a coach for women of all color. If you don't know her, you need to reach out. Check her out on Facebook, Janet Kafadar. Check her out. She'll motivate you. She pushes me, and she knows what I'm working on. Janet, I haven't forgotten you. I'm working on something, girl, but I thank you for your patience and for pushing me. And that's what we all need. We need someone to push us, that even when we don't see clearly how we're going to achieve the goal, but we got somebody behind us saying, go girl, you can do it. You got this. I'm telling you today, before I sign off, you got this. God bless you. Have a wonderful Saturday. Go somewhere tomorrow. Make a worship. Go worship the Lord. If you don't have a church home, come to Kingdom Apostolic Ministries. We are open tomorrow. We are having service at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Only requirement is you must wear your mask. And so come and worship with us on tomorrow. Bishop Lambert W. Gates Sr. is my pastor. And as always, from the Germany's heart to your heart, know that we love you very much. God bless you and have a beautiful rest of your Saturday. And remember, consistency is key. God bless you.
Gotta want your heart surgery. Gotta need your heart. So I can be what you're coming to be. I wanna talk like you. I wanna walk like you. I even wanna act like you.